techie or nerdy crafter. And though some of you might find ghouls, ghosts, and zombies scary, there are some other things that scare the crap out of me. And this week's tutorial is something that is absolutely petrifying. You guys will learn how to make this resin and polymer clay Kraken in a bottle. If this is not scary, I don't know what is. What are you touching my hat for? Now Splinter's making an appearance. Did you guys know that the Kraken myth is actually derived from a giant real-life squid? Even though it's portrayed as an octopus, it's derived from a squid. Here's what you'll need for this project. A small bottle or a mold of your choice, rounded and pointy tools, translucent clay, red, brown, black, white, gold or yellow, 2 really small pre-baked crosses, your resin kit. Now many of you ask me, where do I get this from? It's from Michaels, and what's the brand? Envirotex Light. Rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip to clean up your piece. Now while we're making anything, it's always good to keep in mind that the width should never be bigger than the entrance of your bottle. From time to time, it's always good to measure to see that it actually fits through. Now for the boat, it's fairly simple. You're going to do a kind of crescent shape with your brown clay. Now take your rounded tool and push a little dent on the inside. Once you have your tiny boat, take a small piece of brown clay and then put it in the back side of the boat. That way it looks like there's a higher deck on top. Now take your mini sails and put one in the front and one in the back of your boat, so that you have something that looks like this. Now take your white clay, flatten it out really thin, and then we're going to put it at the front part for the support of the sail. So about this thickness should do. If you can't get to this thickness, flatten it out between your fingers as much as possible and stretch it out until you get about something this much. Now cut out rectangular shapes and place one on each support. If you have bacon bond, feel free to use it. That's just going to make it more secure. And here's your tiny little boat. Now put it aside. Now for your Kraken, you're going to mix in your red with some translucent until you get something about this color. Now for the head and body, you're going to take a round ball of your red clay and roll out one end so that it's thinner than the top part. Now take your rounded tool, make 2 dents, one on each side of the head, and then you're going to take 2 round balls with your black clay and make the eyes. Now take your red translucent clay again and make the outline around the eye socket. Now do the other eye. So far so good. Now you're going to take your yellow or gold clay, roll out a thin snake, and make that for the inside of the eyes. Now do the other side and then clean it up with your rubbing alcohol and Q-tip. With your translucent red, you're going to roll out 8 tentacles. Once you've rolled them out, you're going to take your translucent white and start making the suckers on each one. Once you have all your tentacles, what we're going to do now is start placing them in the bottle. And the preference is really up to you what tentacles you want tucked underneath and which ones you want sticking out. If you have some translucent liquid Sculpey, feel free to put some at the bottom of your bottle. So this is what it should look like. I'm going to use the 2 longest tentacles that I have for the last bit. And what I want them to look like is that they're reaching out for the boat. I'll take the head and put it right inside. Once you have your Kraken the way you want it to be, you're going to bake this in the glass jar without the cap, 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Don't forget to bake your boat. Here it is, all baked. Now what you're going to do is you're going to mix your resin according to your package instructions, and this is different depending on your brand. And then you're going to fill this about halfway up. Try not to overfill. Once you've filled it, let it rest for at least 8 hours. Once your resin has fully cured, take your little boat, put some glue at the bottom, and then take your tweezers and gently put it inside the bottle. Make sure that you are very gentle. You don't want to break the sails. And I'm happy with it like this. Make sure that you let your glue completely dry. And feel free to glue on the cap. All done! If you want the water to look a little murky, add a little bit of chalk pastel in your resin when you're putting it in. So that way it looks a little more mysterious. This here is with fully clear resin. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. And if you have suggestions for future geeky tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. And next week is also going to be a Halloween / scary type themed tutorial. Until then, I will see you guys next week.